Hit record.
Go.
I said go now. Tree, go now.
Welcome to the Hardly Heroes Podcast.
High above the city, they shine in my spotlight. Commissioner on the rooftop, double H in the night sky. For the sidekicks we fight, for the right crosses we throw. For the ninjas we injure, revenge on our foes. From crime alleys to radioactive insects, genetic mutations. Weapon X rejects our infinite Ursaring crisis. A war's a civil but secret. Here come
The Mad King.
Dillard Skillard.
And Shmee.
blaring through your speakers. Yeah, Hardly Heroes. It's clobbering time.
Welcome to Hardly Heroes, a podcast dedicated to movies, TV, and everything geek related. I'm your host, Buddy.
I'm Dillard Skillard.
And I'm Cheese Whiz.
Yeah.
Cheese.
A cheese whiz. This is episode 180. It is 10/17/2019.
Thank you. Finally.
Is that
Good
okay?
job.
That was
Good
great.
job.
That was
Because
great.
you guys were all
You missed it
crabby
on the
about
last
it.
two.
All up in
You're like,
arms.
this is 19. Nothing.
Nibidoos.
And a nibbidibidoos.
If you are new to the show, go to hardlyheroes.com. You can find out all the fun nicknames we have for people, all our sayings that we say, all the fun stuff, all the little inside jokes of Hardly Heroes.
And if you guys are a new listener and you are not listening to us on Podbean,
You should
that is
Yeah.
our official
podcast.
podcasting
Now,
platform.
The fish. It's the fish.
And you can also become a patron on Podbean and
Yeah, anywhere from $1 a month
up
to
into the premium level,
the Philippe level.
the Philippe plan, which is $11.99.
The Phil B plan.
The
Get
Phil
on
B
that.
plan.
Get on that. Get on
That's
that
what
level.
we recommend. You get those good discounts when you're on the Phil B plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get on them dizzies.
Exactly. So,
And we got 3 episodes up there already.
yeah, so if you do sign up for our premium, $2 and up, you get bonus episodes. You can get a minimum of 2.
Yeah, but we've been having a lot more fun on
you could
there.
definitely have more. So at least 2 extra episodes a month, and they are rated R, and they get crazy.
And plus you get on to our Hardly Heroes After Dark IG, which is private.
It is private.
And it's just another, you might get a show on a Monday. A Manic Monday
Never know.
show.
Exactly. Just another
Manic
Manic Monday.
Monday.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa.
I wish it were a Sunday.
I have 6 requests.
God.
I have 6 requests on the IG After Dark.
Have they paid?
No.
Then no.
I know,
Why
but
is there Okay, yeah. They just
It's-
think they can just
well,
get on there.
yeah, they see it and they want to follow us, but
Guys, come on now. You got to support.
Negativo. I'm not asking for much.
it really makes what's
I
funny.
don't know, woman.
What's really funny is that once you do get approved, it's there's 3 pictures.
Hey, don't.
Well, because we just started it, but it's just funny. I want people to be,
Which
they're like,
I'm-
oh, I want to see it, and then they get on there like, oh, there's a picture of Dilly's butt, and that's it. Which most people
I've
would,
yet to get that login.
most people would pay $2 to see Dilly's butt. I
It's
bet.
like good browsers booty.
Got to get that.
Yeah, check
Brazil.
that out.
I got that Brazilian booty.
I don't know if you can have the login because I think it's going to be full of. I don't want the Mad King's butt just dominating.
I'll be in a banana hammock.
Ew.
You guys are going to make me go dark Scalardo. Don't do it.
No banana hammocks in the. Buddy's playing with toys.
Sorry, I was playing with toys.
He's playing with Duke Kaboom,
kabooming it.
our Canadian friend.
What did we talk about last week, Shmee?
Well, I'm just going to take over.
Is your name Shmee?
We talked about how Shmee tries to create more nicknames for herself.
Which every episode, I have another one.
So what's your new for this week? Do you have a new nickname for yourself?
Yeah, it's well, this is one that was been given to me actually, but I just want to introduce it to the show.
God.
Well, okay, if it's a given name.
But I just want it to be one of my AKAs.
Okay.
It's shish kebab.
Sheesh
Oh, that one's
kebab.
old school.
That one's old school, bringing it back. That's what my
Miami.
mammy calls me shish kebab.
Let's see. We also talked about how you guys saw the Joker movie and did a spoiler-free review, but your boy
Sheboygan.
didn't. Sorry, guys.
But what about
That
this
was
week?
Terrible.
Well, you might have to listen a little further to see if Dilly really did see it. Because actually, you guys had homework as well, so we'll get into that here in a little bit.
Just another man.
Because Mrs. Dilly has to have the perfect elevation for those TBs.
Yeah, the TBs
They got to
be touching
You can't
the
be
ground.
touching the ground where all the soda is. They have to be elevated.
Right.
That needs to happen at the XD. So more on that to come.
More on that.
Yeah, so we had an email from Parm, the Electric Cool Promptu, top fives with a short, sweet, and concise.
No, it was not concise.
Very concise.
Did anybody think that was concise?
No, it was not concise at all. One bit.
But he did have a little fried chicken thing in there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so actually he did, but I
really
did
want
not
some
agree.
fried
What
chicken.
I think it was just an honorable mention, but that from Iron Horse,
No?
nah,
Snow
dude,
Blains?
heck not.
If anything, you would know.
Well, they were talking about that like crunchy chicken place that was pretty intriguing.
Yeah, that sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mm.
Hardly
So yeah,
Heroes
Buddy
trip.
still won't give back Parm's lightsaber. I don't know how long this is going to happen.
Well, actually,
I refuse to give it back.
Let's see. We had HH After Dark. The heroes got civilized and tested cheesiness. We did. She did pretty good.
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
did
need
it.
to go check that out. That was funny. And there's a funny Instagram post on the After Dark for that.
What's even funnier is there was cheese left in the studio
for days.
until the following week. So that was fun to find old stinky cheese,
Which you are.
which is what Logan calls me now.
Stinky cheese.
Stank cheese.
Old stinky cheese.
Old stanks. Then we had an After Dark bonus episode.
After
that folks
bonus
were
bonus?
Yeah, after bonus episode.
That's
so we
that
got
Manic
2
Monday.
bonus episodes.
Exactly.
So you guys are missing out. If
So
you're not
the-
subscribed, you gotta get in on this.
Our after bonus was really fun. That was super. Just we were here in the studio and we decided to start drinking and just record.
Right.
Which is always fun. I'm definitely feel like with having the After Dark now, it's a lot more fun for us to just kind of kick on the mics and see what happens.
Right.
So kind of like
So
that.
if you guys subscribe and become a patron, you can get access to all of these after bonus.
We also learned about the Mad King's DVD collection a little bit.
Oh, that
Yeah.
can't be mentioned.
Yeah, so that's another one for the
After
Dark.
Darks.
right there. Of course, there's the Super Run 5K, November 9th.
I'm signed up.
So
It's gaining some
You guys-
momentum. We have some.
it's gaining momentum. We
getting
have
big.
My sister and her man joined. We also have some podcasts that are getting involved. Theme Park Pulse and Unpacked Podcasts are joining us and bringing along some of their No Midnight crew.
Yeah.
And Project Wishbone a Star is going to be there, most likely. And you guys need to sign up. This is going to be so much fun.
And I think going on I don't know how many weeks, but still, Shmi still has not posted pictures of the cons. I don't
Is
know
that
how
still
long.
on there?
I don't know how long this is going to go on. She's not going to post them.
I think she's given up on life.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I
We tried to get her to
no,
do it.
you know
guys.
what? I did I already say this?
You've been stuttering a lot tonight.
The thing of it is, buddy, for one, I don't like to be made fun of my stutter because I really had a stuttering problem when I was little.
When you had helmet
And you know
hair.
that. Okay.
You stuttered a little bit?
I had a stutter. I had a really bad stutter when I was younger. And the thing was, this was the worst part. And this is why I'm so funny now, because when you're just like kind of nerdy and dorky and not cute and people made fun of you, it builds character. That's why I'm so cool now. So when I
right.
was little, I would you have to read in front of the class, and I would hecka stutter, and people would be like laughing at me and making fun. And the teacher, which I don't feel like this is the right response, But she's like, you guys, everybody stop laughing at Sheila and let her read out loud. I'm like, do you really have to announce that? Maybe you can just send me to the speech therapist and maybe don't make me read aloud in class. Okay?
Right. I'll put you on blast.
Seriously, hella throw me under the bus.
That's messed up.
I know.
Everybody just throws Cheese
Like,
under
why
the
was
bus.
Cheese up there reading? She can't read.
I couldn't read.
I know. That's why we don't read the emails.
Pick little Bobby or Jimmy. Like, anybody but Cheezo.
Not a Nickerson.
What about Karen?
Karen is always a douche.
So, yeah, that's what we did. That's the episode recap right there.
That is the episode 3. What'd you guys do this weekend? Do you got anything fun? What? Is that Gammy's shirt you're wearing? So Sheila had a custom-made grandma T-shirt for my Grammy. That's pretty cool.
So, shout out to Grammy. She was a diehard, over-the-top Angels fan her whole life.
Lived and breathed the
Lived
Angels.
in. I swear to God, till probably to a few days before she passed away, she was watching because they were, it was the end of the season. She was watching the Angels. Mm-hmm. So I got a T-shirt, a blue T-shirt that's an Angels T-shirt, and on the back it says Grammy, and the number's 32, which is the year she was born.
Nice.
Which also, brother James had the idea with her year.
Yeah.
So that's why I got those numbers.
Super
so it was
cool.
super cool.
I like that.
So, yeah. So this weekend, what did I do? I think I worked or something. I can't.
Lame.
What did you do, Dill?
Let's see. On Friday, I think, we went out a little bit, the wife and I, and then Saturday morning we went up to Tahoe.
You guys go to Tahoe a lot, huh?
We do. We try to get up there as much as we can.
And what do you guys like? What's your staying situation? You get like Airbnb, you stay at a hotel?
No, my family actually has a spot up there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah! Okay!
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
so that's
You guys
why.
have a place?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know this, Dilly.
Uh-huh.
He's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Sheboygan's always trying to act like he's just, flying under the radar.
It's just Reggie's.
And he's got a place in Tahoe.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know.
Probably
I'm local!
probably on the water with like a 50
Yeah,
foot
like
yacht.
when I go up to Tahoe, I totally dress Tahoe too,
Yeah.
because you want to let everybody know you're local.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have like this flannel that just beat to crap. It has like patches of like different flannels sewn into it,
Right.
and just a beanie. You can just be yourself. And so yeah, we got up there, came back Sunday morning. And,
Oh, cool.
yeah, back to reality.
Wow. Sounds like you guys had a great weekend. I was here slaving away setting up our new studio.
Well, that's what I was doing too. I forgot about it. I was here setting up the studio. I was under the table, screwing in cords. I bought
else?
a TV.
yeah, now we're in the third.
TV.
This is the third generation of the Triple
I was
HQ.
forced to go to Wally World and buy a TV.
Did you go to the Super Walmart
I don't think it was a super. I think it was the one in Natomas. It's a regular.
by the
believe.
IKEA?
No, by the In-N-Out off of Truxell.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's Reggie's.
in Natomas,
Yeah.
California.
Yeah, Natomas. That's the only one. I mean, I go to that In-N-Out sometimes.
In and out. Sorry.
God, why is In-N-Out so
Why is the
good?
line so
Because
long?
it's so good.
all the time.
I do.
Everybody wants it.
I can't stand that.
I know, but you know what? If you just go inside, there's like hardly any line.
Right.
You just got to get
Yeah,
out
but
of your
I feel
car.
like
People
always
go
takes
inside.
longer. It always takes longer.
No. That's
Yes.
because you're like texting on your phone and you just don't notice, but it's like it's way quicker inside. Way.
We go on these tangents.
I
I'm
know.
so hungry.
So
I'm fasting for
wait,
Maui
but real quick, do
wings.
they only have In-N-Out in California?
No, they have it in Texas. They have it all over. For a long time, it wasn't in Utah, but now it's in Utah. But it's definitely nationwide.
Oh,
now.
okay. Because
Or-
it took us
I don't
hella
know about
long to get it.
nationwide, but I think it's mainly on the West
Oh,
Coast.
okay. Because it took us a hella long time to get it here in Sacramento. Remember when they first started opening here? And Mom was like,
Now I really want to.
because Mom's
Grove
from, Mammy's from Southern California.
Now you're making me want to.
Don't crunch up M&Ms.
M&M's.
Oh my God. People
All
will
right.
freak. I don't want to get on
What?
a tangent.
No, but about In-N-Out?
Yeah,
What?
just real quick. Like I used to work at On the border. I was a bartender at On the Border, so I'd have to
Over-
pass in
right,
Oak Grove.
In-N-Out.
I'd have to pass through the In-N-Out line, which would so you'd have this like way to get through, and then there'd be cars like on both sides with people waiting in the drive-through, right? You know, like you're going to
Right.
to the other restaurants. So as I was going to work, there'd be like this long ass line that would be breaking to where I was like there'd be a break where I was driving through,
Right.
with people on the other side to the right and to the left in the drive-through. So I would pull in, like I'm going to work, I would pull in like I was going to cut in front of the
right.
people, and they would freak balls. And then you just cut out and like
Yeah.
go back to work, but they would just start honking and going nuts, like trying to wait for that special menu or
That's
whatever.
pretty good.
Right. And there's
Just
like
redone.
3 things on the menu. You know what's funny is a lot of them, I swear to God, they have to like reconfigure their parking lots just to
hold up.
to accommodate the drive-through line.
The
Which
line.
is funny because when I went to Texas, no line. There'd literally be like 2, maybe 3 people in
It's
the
just not as
drive-thru.
popular there.
No, because Whataburger
I was
is
just
bigger
gonna say,
there.
yeah, Whataburger is out there.
And did you have Whataburger, buddy?
Yeah.
And I think we already mentioned this, but is it
They have
better?
a good spicy ketchup.
But is it better than In-N-Out?
No, I like it now better. But they
Agreed.
are talking about coming to California.
Mm-hmm.
Whataburgers.
I could do that.
I'd like to check it. Check,
Yeah.
check,
It's the goods.
check it.
Check.
So what else we got on the docket here? So we talked about the run. Oh, also just real quick, actually we're going to take a picture tonight because I have one of my shirts, but we do have the merch store that you guys should all be checking out, and you can get classic merch, you can get our mashup merch.
Yeah, I know
Merkin?
somebody ordered some leggings. I know you did and one of my friends did.
I
so-
did get leggings. I do want to stress that they're not as stretchy as some of my other leggings, so size up. Because mine were a
Size it
little
up.
tight.
A little toy.
Yeah, they were pretty tight, and they didn't have a lot of give.
No.
They were almost a little too revealing to wear over here because they were so tight. So size up.
Yuck. The sweater's real nice though.
Yeah, I do have my sweater, and it's a crew neck sweater, which I love. So we'll take a picture of.
I'm not a crew neck.
Oh, I love a crew
cute.
neck.
I like a hoodie.
It's
Yeah.
a little too much bulk for me up here.
No,
I
I
need
like a hood.
Because then it gets all in my hair. Like my hair gets all.
I think I want the Stranger Things
naughty.
one.
Yeah. I got the Stranger Things shirt too.
Oh, nice. I can't believe you didn't bring all your stuff.
Yeah. Well, I forgot everything. Remember?
That's true.
Yes, true story.
So what else is going?
God.
Seriously,
I love that. It's a great button.
that is a great button. So what else is going on?
No,
What do we?
I'm ready to get in.
You want to get into
Are we
the
digging in?
You want to? So do we?
Do you want to do news first, or do you want to talk about see if he did?
You know what I love about every single episode that we do? We talk about in what order we're going to talk about things while we're on the show, which I'm sure really pisses Parm off like to the max. Because he's like, didn't I just lay it out in an outline? And then you guys are like, what do you
Just
want to do?
freestyle.
I like the freestyle aspect of it because then it gets off on tangents. We get into some fun stuff.
Well-
I don't want this to be like a robot.
No,
Sure,
that's true.
sure.
I think before we get into
We
news,
like
I'd
to
like
be
to
organic.
talk about Joker with Dilly. No,
Sklar?
not Nick Cage.
Me?
With Dark Scalardo.
Somebody that.
So what about it? I mean, we covered it a little bit last week. So
Well, I kind of want to know what your take is.
I didn't see it.
I thought you saw it.
Oh, this week? Yeah, I saw it this week.
And
I thought it was amazing, actually.
Okay.
I really liked it.
you really
Are
liked
we
it?
going to
did.
spoil it?
Absolutely.
All right,
think so.
spoil it up. It's been long enough.
Yeah.
So let's
This
chat
was like
about
a couple
it.
weeks, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. I mean,
Fantastic.
yeah. Joaquin was amazing.
Yeah, Walk-In was great.
And the best, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to hear about what other people thought about it first. But I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought cinematically it was perfect. I don't know. Like, I want to hear what people's thoughts are on it, and then I'm going to comment on that.
Right.
Do you want to go first, May?
No, go ahead.
initially when I went in, I was super steamed up about it. Or I wasn't really that steamed up about it. I was a little nervous about it, but as it was getting closer, I was kind of getting hyped up, hearing how violent it was, how dark it was. Everybody was saying it was so dark. That's what I've been really wanting. In the movie, I started to not like it because of, like, the build was great. I love how slow it was. I love, like, kind of seeing the city, how nasty, how dirty it was. That was great. When they started to play the role showing that they were going to be connected as, like, you know, like his mom slept with Thomas Wayne, I was pissed.
And you didn't like that they had, like, little Bruce there or whatever?
Yeah, I didn't even mind little Bruce, but I hated that he went to the house and thought that he was going to be related to him. Like, I was...
But... See, that's like part of the whole thing.
But that's
like,
why it's so great.
It's all up for interpretation, because is that is he imagining this or is he not? Like, is this real or not? And that's what I liked about it, because everything about the whole movie is like up for interpretation. Right, is the mom crazy or is she not? Like, because he has delusions. What part of the movie are delusions and what aren't?
Did she sleep with him or did she not sleep with him?
Because
was she crazy the whole time?
Right.
But that's where it started to go on farther, that I was like, I like totally. That. But I'm saying in the middle of it, when it was happening, I was like, this is
when they're
stupid.
Where they kind of lead you to believe they're tying it in. Like
and
that.
I was like, God, you got to be kidding me. I was like, dude, this is terrible.
Right.
And then when it all twisted, you were like, oh my God,
like,
this is just amazing.
You're just in his sick mind. Like, you don't know what's real. None of it can be real. That's the thing. It's all...
Yeah.
And then the whole thing with the girlfriend, I was pissed about that in the beginning.
I was like, there's no way this girl's into him. And when they kind of came back with that it was like...
dude.
That was so good.
So them doing all that really pulled me back in, and it was awesome because it was a twist that you didn't see coming that made me really excited. But the one thing I hated about the movie is that they showed... his parents dying again. Bruce's Wayne, you know.
Yeah, Bruce's Wayne.
Yeah. And I was just like, and like how the guy was wearing the Joker mask. I was like, I don't really care to see this. I think I could have done without it.
But I think it was just an important tie-in to how Joker was responsible for Bruce's parents' death.
I get it. It's just... I don't know. The whole Joker mask was shitty. And I really wanted to see Joker be the Joker, like running things. Like, I was really excited about that.
Well, they were never going to get to that in this movie. Did you think that?
I wanted, at least for a little bit.
No.
Dude, because he was so good. And the whole scene of him on the talk show was phenomenal.
That was great.
Like, I couldn't believe that. That whole...
The way I kind of interpreted things, like for just myself, was like, you know, his with the girlfriend, that was all like delusional. I feel like the night show was supposed to be real, you know. So that's kind of how I like there's certain parts of it I figured like
were real,
or it could have been his imagination. Like, you never know. Like, that's what I liked about it. It's just you decide what you think.
The talk show, the thing is like I didn't enjoy the movie, you know, at all. Like, I didn't enjoy it in any way, but like a lot of the stuff that happened was, you know, like if you look at it, the way it was written, the way it was filmed, the acting and everything was super, super amazing. But that talk show part was just like when he shot him in the head, I just honestly was like, I can't.
So good.
Dude, I can't with this anymore.
So good.
It was just way too
I was
graphic
like, this is
for me.
But
great.
See, that's what I was so happy about is you haven't got, besides The Boys, you haven't got anything that's been that violent and that dark. And I know everybody's like, this is too violent, and it's, you know, yeah, they were saying there was going to be all these crazy things going on at theaters because it was just too violent. It was awesome.
No.
And it was cool being a part of the, you know, the superhero genre, that you can get something that dark that you don't walk out happy. I mean, obviously nobody really walked out happy during Infinity War, but you knew there was going to be something to lift you back up.
Right.
You didn't get this in that movie. It was all dark the entire time.
Oh my God, yeah.
I love the scene where he's like in the children's home.
Oh my
And
God.
the
with the
gun like flies out. I was
and
like,
he kicks it on accident.
He's like,
oh my God.
shh. That was the best.
What about
That was probably my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Oh, one of my favorites where he kills the guy in his apartment.
Oh yeah. And
And the
and
guy
the-
can't get the
get the lock, and he's just
Right.
like, I'm not.
He's like, I
and
got
then,
you.
and then he
Yeah.
kisses him on the head
Yeah.
and lets him
That
go.
was so weird.
And I loved how he was trying to get his laugh the entire time. So
Dude,
now,
that laugh
What I like
was so uncomfortable. Like, you know that scene where it just opens on him laughing for a really, really long time until it gets really uncomfortable, and then it
love
in the
shows
very
that,
beginning.
and then it shows that he's in the room with that lady, and you're
Yeah.
like, what? He's not alone. Like, he's doing this in front of
loved
somebody.
it.
Right.
It's just, I mean, that completely sets the tone of this movie where it's like, this is going to be insanely uncomfortable.
And I like the fact that when other people are laughing, he gets like super awkward.
Yeah.
Like when things are going good, he's like, oh,
Yeah.
like you laughed
Right.
at that. Like, all cringy.
I loved that. So do you want to hear my idea if they were to do a sequel now that we can talk about it?
Sure.
I want them to make a sequel with him, but he is the Joker. And so you don't know what's real and what's not, but he interacts with Batman. So you don't know if Batman is doing this stuff for real or it is a part of his imagination. Because imagine what he sees when Batman does all this stuff.
No, right. That's a better way of saying it is that it's a, like you said this before.
Right, like
it's
from
a
his
Joker movie
perspective.
from his perspective.
Yeah.
So, because the way he sees Batman is obviously a lot different than the way we see Batman. But the only problem with that is that the Joaquin Phoenix Joker cannot live in the same universe as the Robert Pattinson Batman. Like the Batman to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is not Robert Pattinson.
No,
Because it's
Pattinson? Patkinson?
Packerson's
Packerson.
with an S.
Packertson with a T?
Packerts.
Are you saying
Sins,
Packard?
And then sins at
Like
the
the
end.
Packers.
SENS.
Are you saying Packers?
Yes, the Packers, the Green Bay Packersons.
Packerson.
Anyway,
that was a good breakdown, actually. I was actually really enjoying
Packerson.
that. Packerson.
so Robert Packerson's can't. He's just not there. Those movies
'Cause
to
he's-
me, it's not that because he's a
he
sparkly vampire, but I don't think that those movies are going to be the gritty, dark realness of like what we saw in Joker. I don't
How
think
do
that's
you
what the
know?
Batmans are going to be.
How do you know?
Well, I don't
Do you
really
have a line at the studio we don't know about?
because they've described it as more of a detective type Batman.
How do you
Boo.
know it can't be dark? Look at Seven. Seven was a detective movie that was super dark.
What movie was it?
Seven.
What's
with
in the
Brad Pitt.
box?
What's in the box?
No, that actually was really terrible.
You want to know what's in the box? Bears beats
Battlestar
Galactica.
Bam.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be my hate. I know. That's
You're
true.
mad hating.
I know. I'm
Just like
always a hater, huh?
It's true.
My God.
Baseball shamer.
We don't have that. So don't look for it.
So you're going to push that button.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
the thing of
but-
it is I don't think that they're making. No one said that, right? There's not going to be more Jokers, right?
I hope
No,
not.
they
because
said
I
it was
hope
gonna
this
be
is
a
one and done.
standalone.
Yeah.
I hope
It's great
to
as
God,
a one and done.
because if they continue with it, I don't know what they're going to do, and I think this is a great movie on its own.
I know. It's just, dude, I would love
Wait,
to get
you
a
wanna see
Joker.
So
more?
now
movie.
you like it.
No. I think it's a great movie. I just didn't enjoy it. I would never see this movie again.
Because at one point you said you wanted to unsee it.
I want to
That's
unsee
true.
it. I want to have left 10 minutes into it because I still have these visions in my head. I know it's a good movie. I know they did it well. But this is not the type of movie I ever want to see.
Did you like his outfit?
I thought his outfit was cool because it was kind of just dingy and like
Retro-y.
worked.
super retro.
I loved the scene at the end where he like pulls the blood out of his mouth and makes the Joker
my-
mouth.
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
You're
that's
like,
good.
yeah,
I
I'm in
like
on that.
Because
Yeah.
the way
that.
he does it too, it's like I didn't even see it coming almost. Even
Right.
when he was doing this,
Yeah, you're
I
like,
didn't
what's he
even
doing?
didn't even see it.
He's becoming.
So good.
Yeah,
It was a good movie. I don't know if I'll watch it again.
I would never watch it again.
But it was. I thought it was damn near flawless.
I'll watch it again. I'll definitely watch it again. I only had like a couple, like little minor gripes, but man, dude, that twist, I did not see them trying to put that all together like that.
Right. I'm so, because, I remember watching the preview and we were talking about the preview and you were saying something like, oh, something annoyed me. I'm like, what? That Joker has a girlfriend like that already? Them showing that in the preview.
Dude.
I was like, I was already so annoyed with that. And I just loved the way.
One, I loved like that he thought he saw her at the comedy club. Mm-hmm. She was in the hospital with him.
Oh my God. I just got so scared. I remember this scene in the movie. I just got scared all over again when he went into her apartment and she came out and saw him in there.
She's like, what are you doing here? Don't you live down the way?
Shmi just put her hands over her face.
You guys, I was so scared of that part. This is why I didn't enjoy it. These are not the type of movies I like to see. This is so not good. Fun for me to watch.
So that was so good.
Such a good movie.
That part was freaking insane.
But he didn't hurt him, right?
That we know of.
Yeah, he didn't hurt her and her kid, right?
You saw the blood on his feet, right, when he walks out?
No, but that was at the end scene when he was
Wasn't it? Or was that the hospital?
That was the hospital.
Okay. It kind of it leads you to believe that
maybe he could
things.
have.
Yeah.
But they just didn't show it.
Right.
I really hope they didn't.
He did it.
I think that was something that they were like, I don't think we can get
they did it right. They just kind of led you think what you want, but he did the damn thing.
No, I
he
thought
did do the damn thing.
He didn't do it.
Yeah.
He didn't do it.
Night.
Hey, you guys, I know that this is a sidekick mail, but I actually think we should read. We got a sidekick mail from Philippe about his idea on the Joker, and since we're on it, I think we should read his views on it, and then we can discuss a little bit about it.
Is that the 2-pager that we're?
It's a little bit of a
lengthy email.
Yeah.
So who reads this one?
You do.
Strasberg?
Yeah, right. That was a funny joke.
Nickersons aren't allowed.
All right, we'll get into this from Philippe. Hardly Heroes. Feel free to sound the parm alarm for this one. Parm alarm. Everybody get ready. It's the parm alarm. It's okay. I'll wait. So since we're doing a spoiler review of Joker today, I'm probably the second biggest fan of the clown. Prince of crime behind the Indian Viking. I thought I should chime in with my thoughts on the film. First off, the film was completely and horrifically uncomfortable the entire way through, but it was supposed to be that way. I mentioned a while back that I didn't want to feel any sympathy for him. I wanted him to be a monster, and they achieved that while still addressing mental health in a serious way. It's being told through the perspective of a psychopath that hasn't yet driven over the edge. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely his perspective. It's just inside his crazy mind.
It really was, yeah. And it's that's why, too. It's like, who wants to see that?
When he shoots the gun accidentally in the house.
Oh, my God.
And then he turns the TV up. Like, such quick thinking, right?
I'm watching an old
I'm watching
movie.
Cops!
Piss off, Mom!
Why are you so sweaty? The narrative itself is told from an unreliable source, the Joker himself.
Right, kind of what you were saying, Dill.
Right? Mm-hmm. In an interview, Todd Phillips mentioned he didn't lift much of the comics, but the stuff that he did lift was profoundly important. The basic storyline was pulled from The Killing Joke. He's a terrible stand-up comedian, and it drives him to the next steps in life, and also is why he dons the clown theme.
Okay.
Did I read that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The second thing is way more important. In the book, Joker mentions that if he has to have a background, he prefer it to be multiple choice. Mm-hmm. That's like what I took from it. That's kind of like what the movie was for me.
Okay.
Is like, think what you want.
Right.
Because this is inside the Joker's mind, and none of it could really be real, or it could all of it could be real, or bits and pieces. It's like it's up for interpretation. Mm-hmm. This comes into context because in the end, when his therapist asks him what's so funny, his response is, you wouldn't get the joke. This small line, along with the fact that the half story we saw on the screen was immediately made up points to the direction that we don't know if the story we just saw was his true origin or if the whole thing was made up in his head.
Right.
Right? This was the confirmation that I mentioned in various conversations that I wanted to happen in the film. This is the origin, not origin I wanted. The story could be completely made up in the Joker's twisted head. Okay, so it sounds like Philippe's kind of got the same.
On the same.
We're on the same page.
Right.
Like, think what you want of it. It's up for interpretation.
Right.
Spoiler alert. Now, the other gripe I have was the possibility that the Joker was Thomas Wayne's son. Again, the story tells that he believed it to be true, but his mother was just as much of a pathological liar as he was himself, and in the end, she wasn't his real mother. It worked so well in the direction I wanted. Right? Again,
I felt the same way.
Right.
I felt like she was telling the truth.
Oh, really?
But they kind of like covered it up with her mental health.
Uh-huh.
But then again, it contradicts itself again after that. So you
But also,
you still can't.
Yeah, he has adoption papers.
Right, because then they get into that whole bit. Oh, we found your child chained up with the heater, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't hear him scream." And it's like, is she crazy or is she telling the truth? You don't know.
She's crazy.
The last piece is the violence. Not that it's violent in general, but how his character reacts to the violence. How he feels so uncomfortable with it, and his execution, no pun intended, it fits so well with who and what the Joker is. It shows that he is a sociopath that thrives on chaos and destruction, and it is what I wanted out of the character. Page flip. The only issues I really had was the age gap. In the comics, Joker was supposed to be relatively the same age as Bruce. In the story, he's about 20 years older. That would make the Joker 60 when Batman is in his prime. So that bothered me. But then again, that's a small gripe for the otherwise great rendition of the Joker. I definitely give this a shating. And remember, this was coming from a guy who completely did not want this movie to happen. Well, I'll put a stop on this long email now and let you guys get back to entertaining masses. I'm assuming Dilly is reading this. So get the man some water to relubricate his vocal cords or a beer. That works, too. White Ranger out. Good looking out, Philippe.
Nice.
I have a beer right here.
Yeah. Get a sip. Sip it.
Get a little sipple.
Sipples.
Because that did make my cords a little hoarse.
Did it? I know. That was actually really long.
It was.
Especially for Philippe.
So, yeah, that was pretty much...
Sorry if I struggled through that.
No, that was pretty much kind of like what... Yeah, almost exactly what you were saying.
But that's like what my thoughts were on the thing. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't... The Joker doesn't... He does have some origin stories. I think like in the comic, originally he was like a thief or something that jumped into like toxic waste or something.
Well,
There's different theories,
yeah,
but you don't really know. And you don't... It's unclear. So again, after watching this movie, guess what? It's still unclear. It's like you don't know.
And that's probably what a lot of people wanted still.
Yeah, and there is one where he is a failing stand-up comedian. So that was kind of cool. They went with that. I did feel the same way about him being too old, but I just kind of put it out of my mind because I'm like, it's only going to be a one-off, so I don't really care. It's not like they're building a universe off of this.
Yeah, it doesn't have to necessarily tie in.
Yeah, so I'm like, I kind of let that go by the wayside.
It's just funny because the way I watch things, a lot of times it's like, it's like, I don't know, I just, whatever you're telling me is like, I think it's truth. I take everything so literal. So it's kind of like when they went back and they're like, okay, his girlfriend doesn't really exist or whatever, all that stuff. And that, his mom was crazy. It's just like, I don't look at it like the way you do, Dilly, where it's like, okay, now everything's up for interpretation. I'm just like, okay, that one thing isn't true.
What it was, yeah.
Right, that one thing isn't true. That's not
fine.
His girlfriend.
That's your interpretation of it.
Right.
I like that because I like movies that give you questions. You're always like, well, what about this? What about that? Just like Inception. Everybody's like, well, this and this theory and that. It makes it more fun. Yeah. It's not so cut and dry.
Right. It's like everyone can walk out thinking their own.
Yeah, something totally different.
Right. Well, that's cool. Thanks, Philippe, for writing in that review.
That review. Do you want to get into some news?
Oh, let's hear Philippe again.
Let's do this.
Correspondent?
Where am I? And who are you? You'll find out soon enough. But first, what? Huh? Now, time. Time is not your ally, heroes. Time rolls over every little thing that happens in our construct that we call existence. It tells us when to eat, sleep, go to work, record a podcast. You'll notice Phil here has no idea what time has in store for him.
In the background.
I know what it has in store for you too, heroes. But don't worry. Time will tell soon enough.
3 hours later.
Well, that escalated quickly. What the happened? Some leathery vampire gimp showed up, beat up the clown, told me to go home. Wait, you mean the Batman showed up? Dear Lord, it has a name? I thought it was some weird beat up sex thing. All is safe in the world, the Joker's back in Arkham, and Phil Burgundy is still weird.
Let's get weird!
So speaking of the Batman, Zoe Kravitz has joined the cast of Matt Reeves' The Batman as Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman.
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
Along with Robert Pattinson, Jeffrey Wright, and John David Washington. I think she's gonna knock it out of the park, so please feel free to tell me why I'm wrong in the sanctorum. Or agree, because that works too.
Alrighty then.
In related news, Jonah Hill has backed out of talks with Warner Brothers and is no longer being pursued for a role in the film.
That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again? Do you have time?
The rumor mills say that both Warner didn't want to meet his asking price, and also that they wanted him to play the Penguin, but he wanted the Riddler. Either way, as of yesterday night, he's out, and the rumor mills are all saying that they're pursuing Seth Rogen as Oswald Cobblepot. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. Only time will tell, though.
And that's the truth. With some cheese on it.
So not only is Kevin Feige the president of Marvel Studios, it was just announced that he is now the chief creative officer for all of Marvel. Woo! What does that mean? Basically, not only will he continue to oversee the cinematic universe, but now he will oversee all of TV, animation, and even the comics. The idea is to create a more cohesive and interconnected world using every medium available. Sadly, Jeff Loeb will now be slowly phased out of TV to focus on other projects. But the remaining Marvel heads will now report to Kevin Feige, thus beginning the new era of Marvel Super Fantasy.
Yes!
Staying in the world of Marvel, Taika Waititi told Variety that he is still writing the story for Love and Thunder, and it may include Jane Foster's bout with breast cancer from the comics that leads her to wield the hammer in the first place.
Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
Waititi mentioned that he would really love to include that storyline because it would mean so much to so many, but he also knows that once filming starts, not every storyline lifted from the comics will make it into the movie based on the flow of it. Aww. I personally feel like it would be a sensitive yet beautiful story to tackle and could once again break barriers cinematically for Marvel. We'll see what happens November 5th, 2021.
Excellent!
So of course I saved the best for last. Why would I put this any earlier in the news? It was confirmed by Paul Wernick that the future of Deadpool was discussed with Bob Iger and Kevin Feige, and Wade is going to keep his R rating in the MCU.
Yes!
The issue is that Disney was afraid that an R-rated Deadpool wouldn't work well in a PG-13 MCU, but apparently Ryan Reynolds himself had a meeting with Kevin Feige, and he convinced him on how it would work.
They probably won't even make a 3.
Yeah, why would they? Stop it too. You killed it.
This is a big deal for me because that means we won't have to have a castrated Merc with a mouth a la the Wolverine movie.
Okay. People are dead.
Thankfully, Wade killed that version off. Just fixing the timeline.
Hey, it's me. Don't scratch. Just cleaning up the timelines.
Well, let's keep the chat relevant by discussing all things nerdy in the Sidekick Sanctorum. I'm looking at you, Mitch. Keep up the great discussion. And remember, children of the night, if you're a half-vampire, half-human hybrid daywalker thingy...
It's Blade. It's the Daywalker.
...and you want to go eat lunch with your Night Stalker friends, just remember to order the garlic on the side. I'm sure your human side takes it fine, but your vampire side... I'm sure it won't kill you, but it'll probably give you some mean indigestion. And no one wants to be around when the flamethrower that is your backside goes off and burns the entire restaurant down.
Ah! You guys! My ass! Seriously!
White Ranger out.
So...
It's a lot to unpack there.
So Zoe Kravitz, who...
I like that.
You guys like her?
I'm good with that.
I like
think
her a
she'll
lot.
make a good Catwoman.
I thought you would like her too, because since you like Big Little Lies. Dilly, I'm looking
I
at you.
love that show.
Never watched it.
So Zoe Kravitz is not only the stepdaughter of DC's Aquaman, Jason Momoa.
Right.
Yeah.
She's also the daughter of rock star Lenny Kravitz. And if that's not enough,
Who's the mommy?
she's the daughter of a Huxtable.
Lisa Bonnet.
Lisa
Huxtable.
I like to say Bonnet.
Lisa Bonet Huxtable. Well, what was her first name? The Huxtable? She was the older sister.
No, Rudy was the small.
Rudy was
Rudy-
little.
Wasn't Lisa? No.
No.
Lisa.
Anyway,
I don't know.
I'm sure someone will write in.
Parm's gonna yell at us.
Someone's gonna know. But did you guys like the Cosby Show?
I remember watching it. Yeah.
Really? That's it? Oh God, I loved that show. Like, you know when they have
I'm
the
not
reruns?
saying like I loved it, but
no, I
watched it.
loved, and it would like I'd be homesick from work or something. I mean, from school when I was younger.
Somebody's really showing
And
their age.
it would be like the Cosby Show, like on repeat, you know, on one of those channels. I could just watch it all day. And then when he became like a sex offender,
Yeah.
it
Not
was
so much
so
anymore.
funny. Is sometimes like when people get exposed for being something like that, you see him the next time you see him, they he had a crazy eye. All of a sudden, he looked like a
You're like, I see.
he looked like a sex offender. All of a sudden,
I didn't see it before.
but before he looked like such a wholesome dad.
when you look
know?
at like Bob Saget, like on Full House, and now you see him now, he's like, I just can't be wholesome anymore.
No, and he also looks like really bloated, like he's been drinking too much for a long time. Anyway, so
I'm glad Jonah Hill's out.
Okay, good.
Me too.
But what about
That's-
Seth
who cares
Rogen being
about him?
replaced?
I don't
That's
want
not
Seth
good.
Rogen either. I think Jonah Hill might have been a good Penguin, but not a good Riddler.
Yeah,
So-
I'm with you on that. Like, I'm glad. Please, don't put any of them in there.
Well, because
Like,
I was
keep
going to
them both
say
out.
I'd almost like Jonah Hill better than Seth Rogen.
I'd rather
I don't
have
wanna
Jonah
hear-
than Seth.
I don't want to hear Seth Rogen's laugh.
I can't stand his talk. Yeah, his voice. And Jonah Hill actually has done some like decent acting. Mm-hmm. And Seth Rogen is just. I mean, not that he's not a good actor, but in his genre, he's good. But outside of it, he's terrible.
Yeah.
Get somebody new. Like, let's get a fresh face.
Let's get a fresh face.
A freshie.
Fresh fish.
It's like how many people are out there are probably dying to get this role.
Right.
I know, for real, right? What about that Kevin Feige? Now is looking over all of Marvel.
You mean Kevin Feige?
Yeah, Feige.
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 He's looking over every single platform of Marvel, not just the
That's pretty
cinematic.
crazy.
And that's actually a good call because that guy,
Yeah, knows what he's doing.
yeah, like if anybody's going to be in charge of it, it should be Feige.
Sheboygan.
I mean, look what he's done, so why not?
And what was that noise?
What'd you just do?
You just let out a hairball or
That
something?
wasn't like clearing a throat.
Yeah.
That was something different. It's like,
Can I tell you guys something? This is really personal.
well, hold up, because there are other people listening.
Yeah, is this an after dark thing or?
No, I just like I don't know. Like I think my doctor or my dentist. Somebody told me I kind of had like a narrow throat, and there's certain things that if I eat, like watermelon or any kind of like jelly, like a gummy bear,
Jelly?
or like a gummy,
Okay.
or like a gummy bear or something, like a little pieces will get like lodged, and like I'm not kidding you. If I eat watermelon, Logan can't eat watermelon with me anymore because like I'll be eating it, and all of a sudden I'm like. And Logan's like, why do you even eat it? But it like literally little pieces just get stuck right in the.
You can't make this stuff up. Like who?
And Dilly, I just ate a gummy.
I did give her just
a
some
gummy,
gummy
worm,
worms.
and a little bit got lodged, so I had to get it out. I tried to
Can
do
you
it
do
off
the noise
microphone.
one more time? Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's just a little.
Are you
tidbit.
feeling better?
I think I got it.
Okay.
So anyway, Feige, as we were talking.
Yeah, it's gonna look over all the animation, the TV, the movies, and even the comics.
That's kind of crazy. That's like an insane amount of,
responsibility.
Product.
Yeah, all creative aspects.
Is it that
everything.
they just kind of want like continuity across all of them,
probably.
or they just think that
but
he
also-
knows what's best?
I mean, look at the success that he's had.
That's what I was about to say. Nobody else has been able to do what he did.
Right.
I burped.
Beer?
You burped?
I burped.
Oh my god, that's like a beer burp.
Beer.
A burp.
A beer.
Beer.
Burp.
Nobody's been able to do what he's done. No one.
Okay, so moving on to MCCU.
Love of Thunder. Tiki Watiki.
Tika
Waititi. Tika Watiki. Yeah, so what do you guys think about that?
I'm surprised you wanted to talk about this.
The breast
because
cancer?
I know how much you do not like Jane Foster's character.
No, it's not that I don't like Jane Foster, and it's not that I don't like Natalie Portman. It's just I don't think it's the right
Natalie
role.
Portman
You know what
hater.
you know what I've decided? Because
Can I get that one more time?
I love that button.
Oh my god.
You know what what I've decided is I think I should be doing the casting in Hollywood. Robert Pattinson is not right.
Packerson.
Robert Packerson's not right. Natalie Portman's not right.
What
That's
about
it.
Kevin Feige?
Feige is good. I believe in Feige.
Bring me some figgy pudding.
What is that?
It's the Christmas song.
Oh yeah.
A slinky,
Bring
a
me some figgy
slinky.
pudding.
And comes and comes here.
Yeah.
He told me something.
Yep.
To something.
No, that's not how it goes.
You like how she's
That-
trailing off there to catch a niner in there?
Yeah.
Were you calling from a walkie-talkie?
Walkie.
What about Deadpool,
Deadpool.
staying rated
No,
R?
that's the goods because
That's a super good.
It was
good.
never gonna work.
yeah, like
Come on.
Reynolds just rolled up in the office, like closed
Yeah,
the door,
right.
like we're about to get down to business.
Yeah.
We can't be having this PG-13 tizzles.
Especially-
You got to keep it R.
No, 'cause it
Especially
would've-
how much he took to build that character.
Oh yeah,
to
it
what
would have
is.
compromised, and he's not willing to.
I mean, are you
compromise.
going to ruin the franchise by taking this thing to PG-13?
Dude,
Why
he
would you
got-
even risk that after the success it's had? Who cares if it fits into the MCU? It's in my opinion, it's its own entity. Like,
I totally agree
there's,
with you.
The other stuff, and then
Yeah.
there's Deadpool, like that we rely on to be rated R.
I
so
totally agree
don't
with you.
dare
and
take
to
that
be-
away.
Yeah, we need that raunchy, just
Yeah, you
like
gotta have
Because I
that.
think
No
keeping it
holds
separate's
bar.
better anyway. Because I agree with you. I don't actually even look at it as the same thing, and it doesn't even need to be.
And it doesn't feel like the same
and
thing.
it doesn't even need to exist, even though it is part of the same universe. It doesn't need to be in the cinematic universe.
This is true.
You know, you can do whatever you want.
So I'm excited
I'm
about
all
that
in
news.
on
Like
that.
good on Ryan Reynolds. For,
He was
for
like,
closing the
well,
door.
he's like,
look.
look at how much money this movie has made, 1 and 2, and the marketing on it just kills.
Yeah.
I mean,
So just
Thank the Lord.
that was our correspondent news. We have some other news. I don't know if you guys watched the trailer for the new Disney's Jungle Cruise.
I have
As a
not seen the
movie?
trailer, but that was one of my favorite rides after I pooped my pants at Disneyland.
What's funny is normally at Disneyland the rides are inspired by the movies. The movie is inspired by the ride. I wonder what the rides or the movie's gonna be like. I'm gonna have to watch that.
We'll kind of think about what they did with
watch
like
the trailer.
Pirates. You know, it'll be like the same type of
I
thing.
haven't been on Jungle Cruise in a long time.
Oh, right. That's how it says. Think of how Disney made an older attraction like Pirates of the Caribbean and built a world around full of characters and adventure. Yeah. I like it. I think I'm into it. I really liked the beginning parts of the Pirates of the Caribbean. I think they went a little off the rails after movies 8 or whatever,
Ugh.
however many movies they
The
made.
first one
But it's
was
got The
good.
Rock in it.
The
Is
first-
that what I'm seeing?
No, that's no.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No?
That's a
It
different.
says the film stars Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt, and Paul Giamatti.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Am I mistaken?
No, you're right.
So is this Jumanji 2? Is that
I
what,
know,
what
right?
we're getting at?
Ugh.
Because that doesn't, like, that kind of kills it for me. Like,
Dwayne does?
not just Dwayne. Like, I like The Rock. I love The Rock. But I don't, like, I don't know.
He's
Let's do something different.
oversaturated.
Right. It's just too much of The
And
Rock.
he was just in kind of a jungly movie.
Right. So
Yeah.
let's, do something different.
I get you're
That's
trying to get a
disappointing.
big name draw, but it's just like, dude, he's in everything right,
Right.
now. He's just so oversaturated.
Well, and it says right here that he's going to be in... Oh, he's just producing. Sorry, never mind. He's producing the that new Disney show where it's behind the scenes kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know, he might show up in that too. And then also Disney you guys, come on. I can't even get over this. Disney has a 3-hour trailer that shows everything coming to Disney Plus. Who's going to sit down and watch a 3-hour trailer?
All the
3-hour trailer. A 3-hour trailer.
Little Skipper Scalardo.
That's me.
So, you guys, Disney Plus drops in less than a month. So basically, like a week after we do the 5K run, we'll be able to watch.
What sucks? We
Disney.
still have to wait till December to see Mandalorians.
That's okay. There's going to be plenty of stuff on there for you to watch.
But I really want to watch Mandalorians. I watched that preview again today, and I was getting steamy. They call me Willie Beeman.
Okay, so this is some other this is some other big news right here.
What do we got?
Rocket League. Stranger Things is heading to Rocket League, which...
You mean like the Rocket League tournament that I just played in a few weeks back?
Dilly, I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
okay.
fan favorite Rocket League event.
Absolutely. The Stranger Things update is live right now. I've played it. It's really fun.
So Haunted Hollows.
Haunted Hollows, right? You go back to Farmstead. There's a bonus. For those of you that are familiar with Rocket League, there is a bonus arena, Farmstead, that you can play around in. There's a lot of bonus content. You can collect little candy corns to earn DLC and stuff like that. But yeah, you can actually see the Mind Flare watching over you as you're playing.
Sweet.
It's pretty cool.
That is really
very
cool.
Halloween-y feel to it.
Right.
I've been all over that.
So you've already been playing it.
I have, yes. I sent you guys pictures when I was downloading it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I do remember that. So the Rocket League though, like when you played that whole Rocket League thing, that's just when they have a tournament.
Yes.
But you can also just play Rocket League. And are you always playing with people when you play Rocket League?
For the most part, you can play solo or you can do like practice, but it's basically a multiplayer game.
Okay.
Like it's meant for teams to kind of. You can do 1-on-1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. Or maybe it's just 3-on-3, but yeah, it's meant to play multiplayer for sure. Very competitive, fun game. If you haven't played it, you should get on it for sure. It's cheap. I think it's maybe $15-20, and it's been out for years, and it's not slowing down. So
just keeps getting bigger.
Yep.
So when you play these games where you have to play with other people, do you have that little like headset with the microphone?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah.
So you're like chatting.
Yeah,
you're
in a party chat.
So
usually with dim sum.
Do you choose who's on your chat?
Yeah, if you have some guys that, let's just say you join like a random team, you might want to invite those guys to a chat, or they might invite you, so you need to communicate in this game. It's like playing a sport, so you got to call things out.
Okay.
So yeah, you need to communicate.
You need the bandwidth, boys.
You need the B-dubs.
That sounds kind of fun. Like
it's hella fun.
It sounds like fun and really like it's so because you think of like playing video games just sitting on your couch by yourself, but games like this really turn into like a social thing, and that sounds like a lot of fun.
It's good times.
I'm just playing Red Dead.
Red Dead. We should get back on that.
No, get a bandwidth, boys.
Bandwidth, boys. Yeah, we'll come out of the cornfield once again.
Yeah,
brawl it out.
Boys back in town.
Part 2 of our epic showdown.
Yeah.
Like, are you in the cornfield right now?
Yeah.
Like what?
You trying to see me?
Are you in the cornfield?
Cornfield time?
Never run backwards through cornfield?
You guys, what's this Robert Downey Jr. first trailer for Robert Downey Jr.'s Dolittle? He's not Dr. Dolittle, is he?
I think so.
Is he going to be Dr. Dolittle, buddy?
Do we need another Dolittle?
No, we don't need another Dolittle.
I need to look into this. Parm's going to be mad at us for not reading it, but for one, we don't ever need any more Dr. Dolittles, and also Iron Man is not Dolittle, bro.
That's a downgrade.
Hella downgrade, dude. You
went from Iron Man to Dolittle?
To Dolittle?
That's blueberries.
What about, do you guys like Neil Patrick Harris?
Mm-hmm.
Love.
I loved him in Harold and Kumar.
Did you guys ever watch Lemony Snicket's and the Unfortunate Series of Events or whatever? It's on Netflix. Netflix series?
No, but I heard it was good.
It's
actually,
super good, and Neil Patrick Harris is like straight amazing in it.
A friend of mine, Tay-Bay.
Oh yeah, Tay-Bay
was trying to get me to watch that.
It's really good. Logan like devoured it, loved it.
Okay.
Anyway, so
There's
him
your
and
boy.
oh
There he
God,
is.
he is Dr. Dolittle.
See,
You guys,
why?
That is not okay.
That's stupid. Like
He's Iron Man.
You don't want to be Iron Man anymore, so you can be Dr. Dolittle.
Dude,
for real.
This is what you do before you're Iron Man,
Right.
Never after.
No.
You just stop.
You were up here and now you're down here.
This
again.
is really upsetting. And
this
it's
is less than zero.
You guys, and it's like hella CGI animals. It's not even like real animals like back in the day.
It's like,
oh, this is upsetting, you guys.
It's gonna be bad.
He's going back to his less than 0 days.
Is he gonna have another
Is
spiral?
that too deep cut for you guys?
What?
Do you guys know Less Than Zero?
Oh no, I thought you were.
Okay, that's one of his real movies. Before he had like the drug spiral.
Oh,
Check
okay.
it out.
Oh no.
Well, I don't want him to have another drug spiral
You never know.
after this Doolittle.
Dr. Dolittle could be the movie that puts you back into
Tom
it.
Holland, I believe, is the voice of one of them.
Jesus, is
Well,
like
that's a little
Disney
better,
making
but
this movie?
still.
Is this a Disney movie?
Yeah.
What if you guys? What if Disney like forced him into it?
What do you mean? Now they're gonna force him into it. He's got so much money. What does it matter?
No, but they're just like, hey, we'll give you something if you agree to do Doolittle. Like, we'll let you out of your Iron Man contract.
That looks terrible.
It looks so
He
bad.
didn't want to stop being Iron Man. They just stopped paying him. They didn't want to pay his high price because he was the first one. He started it
Okay,
all.
but he's they're gonna pay that price for him to be Dr. Doolittle?
Not that much, but they probably paid him a decent amount of chunk.
This is just, I can't even get over this, you guys. I can't get over it. I can't
my
believe
God,
I'm
it
just
looks
learning this
so
on the
bad.
show
This is
right now.
bad news.
Bad news bears.
Yeah, not good. What else do we got?
Okay, no, we need to move on
We
because
got a new Grease spinoff show coming, announced for HBO Max.
Out.
I still
No
don't
go.
understand what HBO Max is. I keep reading it and I've looked it up 3 times and I still don't get it. But
So there's HBO Go, there's HBO Now, and now we have HBO Go Max. Sorry.
Go Max.
Go Max.
Go Max.
Gomez. HBO Gomez.
All Spanish all the time.
Okay, well that's it for news. We do have one. I believe one sidekick mail.
Mayo.
We do? Do we have that here?
Yeah.
Sidekick Mayo.
So
oh my gosh, look who it's from.
I know. So this person is fast becoming one of our favorite and one of our top listeners. She writes in probably every other show. And what's best about when she writes in is she's got the dirt and the insight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She's known all of us practically our whole
She's got
lives.
those insider trader secrets.
So this is from the one and only, our beloved Mammy. Oh, this is good. Okay. From the beginning of time, Nickerson time, Mammy, the all-knowing, the ancient scribe, considered history and consulted experts to report out on the AKA nickname ongoing rhetoric. Of all the Nickerson siblings, Cheese had the most nicknames hands down. How do you feel about that, buddy?
I don't know.
I like the next part.
A list is available upon request.
Well, I'm going to request that right now, Mammy.
That's a request.
I don't want some of my nicknames to come out though.
Don't some of your real nicknames? There's something on the tip of your tongue.
Don't say it, buddy.
Wait, it's on the tip of his tongue.
Buddy, don't say it. Don't.
Can we
Why
say for
can't we do
after
this?
dark? Can we say for after dork?
Maybe, but God
I
damn
feel
it.
like this is such good content.
No, not that one.
Oh.
Mowgli? I don't care about that one. I thought you meant.
Oh, that one's great.
Okay, so Cheese can make up her own AKA as she has earned the right to do so.
Oh.
No, Mammy.
So the whole thing leads to that.
As
that
in,
she can just make up her own nicknames.
Exactly. Well,
I
because
feel like
Mammy
maybe
said
this
it.
wasn't from Mammy like Sheila
This is
wrote
from
it.
Is it
Mammy.
ghost? I think she had a ghostwriter.
This
on
is
this
really
one.
Mammy.
She's like Drake.
You know why I know this is Mammy?
She has
Straight
people
up like
ghostwrite
Drake.
for her.
Buddy, can I tell you why this is definitely for Mammy and this is a funny story? Is Mammy me and sister went out to lunch on Monday because it was like a holiday for Ma'am.
Columbus Day.
And Ma'am straight up brought out this Post-it note with a pen, and she was asking Laura like, "Hey, what were some of your nicknames?" Right? And Laura like didn't really have any. She had like Chubba Legs,
Lorps.
She had Lorps, and she had Sugar Beet.
Yeah.
And that was it. And like me and you had these huge columns of like all these nicknames.
It's true.
And so Mom was like literally making a list of like she's like, I have this one for James and this one for your other brother. It's like she was legit making a list of all the nicknames. So I can attest that she was counting up nicknames.
I'm excited to see this list.
So she has the list. I saw the list.
Okay, well, I'd like to see it's available upon request.
Yeah. So you're requesting?
Yes, please,
all right,
Mammy.
This is a formal request.
Official request.
Back to the email. As an honored sidekick contributor, I love the show, the Instagram picture, the cheese sighting warning, and of course, Phil Burgundy exceptional news reports.
Yes.
Keep up the good work, heroes. Love, Mammy.
That cheese sighting was amazing.
Stay away. Like, report if you see.
Report.
I want to be
Attention.
able to make that so I can just post it on like random pictures. Because it's
like cut out.
Yeah, phenomenal.
I want to have like a map in here to where we have like little
Right,
pins
little
and we
cheese
draw
sightings.
the string
The
in
string.
between them.
Yeah.
I bet you if we did, it would make like the
A
shape
cheese
of
square?
cheese.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a phenomenal. Whoever posted that, you guys did a good job at Photoshop. Because it really looked like there could have been a cheese sighting.
It took me a minute, but then I did see the actual cheese
Oh,
in
yeah.
the hand. Yeah, it was
In his
some
hand?
good work. Yeah,
In his hand?
in Cheese's hand.
Cheese
In the
is a
cheese
man?
hand. Man cheese.
Man cheese. Yeah,
Man
so
bag.
thanks, Mimi, for writing in.
Yeah, and we do have a new patron this week.
We do have a new patron.
And it is none other than the Mad King's wife.
Mershel?
The Mersh.
Mershel signed up?
She was a little mad because I wouldn't give her my login.
She was begrudging.
And I told her, I was like, nay. You got to pay to get that premium.
You got to pay to play.
Got to pay the cost to be the boss.
We were hella like on, we like harmonized.
Shating.
We'll take
So thanks to
So thanks to all of
Mershel.
our other, thanks to Mershel for signing up. Thanks for all of our other patrons, Indian Viking, Mammy, Shotzi,
T.
Charlos, T. Brown, Katana,
Lil Half Dill.
Philippe, Lil Dill.
Lil Dill, Charlos.
I said Charlos. Do you know that Charlos changed his name to Charlos on Instagram?
Yeah. Because that's my boy right there. He is embracing the name. He actually really likes it now.
I think that Charlos is kind of like Dilly's
Young Yeti?
Young Yeti. Not in the same way.
No, dude, Young Yeti is way worse.
I know,
than
but
Charlos.
Charlos is like, he's totally your boyfriend, and
You guys
Young
have
Yeti
no idea
is Dilly's boyfriend.
what Young Yeti will do. You have no idea.
Hey, do you think, this is just off the top of my head right here, do you think that Young Yeti would come in for an After Dark episode?
I think he would, yeah.
I actually
he
think
would.
that might be.
I think he might be a little shy at first.
Oh, okay. But maybe if we give him a few drinks.
Yeah, he'd get loose. Yeah, that would be a fun one.
That would be
'Cause
so much
Yeti
fun.
is full of surprises, let me just tell you.
I think that'd be so much fun. So anyway.
Sorry, I was just trying to check the Instagram to make sure.
Buddy's on his phone over
playing
here.
that app again.
I did want to make sure it was Charlos Yimi.
It is Charlos, because I noticed it when I accepted him on the Instagram. I was like, oh my God, his first name says it's Charlos.
It's a me, it's a senor
Yimi.
What a meatball.
Like a meatball.
Anyway, that's kind of all we got. I'm kind of ready to wrap it up.
You wrap it up, B?
God.
That's my new favorite sound on the board.
I'm limited this week.
You're very limited, so he just pressed
I
the
have,
same one like 8 times.
A couple buttons, yeah.
But that one's fun.
I do want to admit that Cheese did forget the soundboard at home. This is why, it was nice
Oh my God.
when the studio was at my house, because I didn't have to remember anything. So I had to build a small little kind of very skimpy soundboard.
Skimps. Oh, and this week, guys, don't forget Sunday, Watchmen comes out on HBO.
Oh, right. And I think we're going to be doing a viewing party. Bird is rumored to be coming over.
Rumored.
Oh, I want real quick before we wrap up.
Quick.
So I definitely did. I missed the last week to see Joker, but I definitely saw it this week. But I actually assigned some homework for you guys.
Right. I remember that.
And it was to watch what?
Between Two Ferns, the movie.
So I wanted to check back with you guys,
buddy,
and see if maybe you did your homework.
No, because I was trying to catch up on back homework that neither of you have actually forgotten. I'm actually glad you brought this up to steamroll you, because somebody, aka a patron, aka one of our loyal sidekicks, aka the coolest guy across the sea, aka the Indian Viking, asked us to watch that Viking show on Netflix, which neither of you have watched.
Oh,
that's true. I didn't.
What was it called again?
Northmen.
Yeah,
Northmen's.
Wait, yeah. Northmen's?
Northmen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Northmen. Remember, I was
good subject change. I like that.
And by the way, I already watched.
Drawn out subject change.
It really was.
So the answer is that like they didn't see the damn movie.
It was a Parmalarm answer.
Yeah,
you like that?
It was a distraction.
I'm just telling you, I did watch 4 episodes of it because he messaged me on IG.
Is it good?
And was a little teed off. We haven't watched it.
What do you think?
It's pretty freaking funny. It's like,
is it a comedy?
Yeah, it's a comedy. So pretty much what it is it's Vikings.
Wait. Are you talking about Norsemen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you guys kidding me? We talked about the show.
He asked us to watch it. And we never talked about it.
I've seen all 2 seasons.
Chizo talked about it. It might have been on the
Are you sure
After
he's
Dark,
talking
but
about...
she did talk about it.
I literally...
You and Logan watched it.
Yeah, I told you guys to watch the show. I didn't know that he asked us to watch this. I've watched both seasons.
I didn't ask you. Oh, Viking did.
I know, but I don't remember.
I simply asked you guys to watch Between Two Ferns,
we're
which was news from like 5 weeks ago.
We're getting back to that. Okay, I'm
so
on Norsemen.
You guys didn't. Okay,
we'll
no
get
bigs.
back to that. So Norsemen, Indian Viking. I love that show. Logan and I actually stumbled upon it. I don't know, a while back we were kind of just drinking at home and we watched the first episode and we're like, this is the most amazing show.
Where the guy gets buried alive and it's just his head and it like he sees the kid. He was like, hey, can you come get me? And then just beat him over the head.
Honestly, that show is literally
so good.
So funny. I'm actually gonna have to go back and
give it a rewatch.
No, yeah, well for sure, but we've actually keep checking back to see if there's a new season because we love that show so much. Anyway, I just I didn't realize that he had asked us to watch that show because I've already seen it. What? So Dilly, you're behind on that then.
Oh, see how they twisted that around.
Good job, Scalardo.
Wait, I don't even have the bird button on here.
Wait, but Dilly, I did want to tell you that I did watch Between Two Ferns.
You did. The movie.
The movie.
Okay.
I didn't finish it.
Good job.
But I got most way through it because something happened. But the first scene with Matthew McConaughey,
right,
like is just. I'm not kidding you. I rewound it and watched it again.
Right. The whole movie's like that.
That first whole bit with him and the room and the water, like when the
water leak, right?
When the water, like the wave came and knocked him over. I watched that like 3 times. It is so funny.
It's one of the best.
The thing of it is what I want to know if anyone's actually seen a real interview with the real Zach Galifianakis. Like, what is he like in real life?
You don't know.
Like,
what he's like.
Is he always on?
He's like the Joker. He's just, he only lets you see what you want him to see.
Take a guess at which one you think is his real personality.
Because he is just, oh my God, he's so. Did you
ever see that one show where he wants to be a clown? What is it?
I think I did.
Okay, back to the Ferns. So the thing of it is
back to the Ferns.
I like when Keanu Reeves is on and
you gotta see the damn movie
when he says things back, because a lot of times what Zach Galifianakis says doesn't really get a real response from people. They kind of just sit there and like look at him all weird. I love when they kind of come back like Keanu Reeves,
right?
Like, is this?
He's
am I
like,
supposed to
I'm pretending
be
to like this right now?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I love when they can kind of come back. That's my favorite when they do that.
Did you see when he's like measuring the ferns to make sure like, they're all the right
he's
size?
He's like, are you sure these are the same ferns? And she's like, yeah, even though she gets them new every time.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's good.
Yeah. So, buddy, you're gonna have to.
I know. I need to get on it. I was trying to find that show he was on.
I love the fact that I've actually seen something that you guys haven't seen.
Well, I saw half of it, so doesn't that count?
It does. Did you see the part with John Legend?
I did see the part where he starts. So I saw where he slept with
Chrissy Teigen.
And then I saw when he comes on and he's all like happy.
Yeah, he's like, hey, he's
then,
like the first one to request to be on the show.
Oh, right. He's like, yeah, he wants to be on. And then he kind of hugged him and said, I know what happened.
Yeah.
And then I can't really remember exactly what happened after that, but
he sprays his balls with mace.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did see that part. But I feel
alert.
like I watched honestly most of the movie.
You're about halfway through.
Yeah, but I think I was just like watching it at night and I had got kind of sleepy. But it's
in the background.
It's the type of movie where I want to sit and watch it. I don't want it to just like fall asleep to it. So I kind of turned it off and saved
maybe
it for
report
later.
back next week.
I'll report back,
or maybe on the After Dark show.
You know what I might actually do is just start it from the beginning again so I can see that freaking Matthew McConaughey again.
I like when he has the Doctor Strange guy on there.
Oh, the Cumberbatch and all the way he says his name. Yeah, that was good.
That's a good interview.
Buddy, you got to see this movie.
The David Letterman. Did you see the David?
I did see David Letterman. So is Will Ferrell that's not real? Like he doesn't really own Funny or Die.
I think he does.
Is that really his website?
He's like a partial owner, if I'm
okay.
I think.
Because that's the thing with the movie is what's fun about it is like everyone is playing themselves, but obviously Chrissy Teigen is
characters.
and then Will Ferrell is obviously didn't like find him on public access, but it's that, and that's why it's kind of fun to watch. But anyway, Buddy's on his phone because he hasn't seen the movie yet.
No, I was trying to see if Will Ferrell owns Funny or Die.
Oh.
He always says that, but I think he's actually playing that app.
I think he's on. Yeah,
HBO has announced that HBO's purchased stake in Funny or Die. They bought 10%.
Oh, really? HBO did?
Yeah.
Bunch of cheapskates. 10%.
Well, maybe that's all they were willing to sell them.
I'll buy that for
Will Ferrell wants to, keep most of the proceeds.
Ferrell.
Okay, can we go now? Buddy's not even talking.
I'm sorry, I kept looking in more.
Jesus.
I kept looking in more about Funny or Die.
carry this whole show.
I know. It's like he's over there reading articles in the middle of the show. That's great content. Okay, so buddy, where can they find us if you even know?
They can find us on YouTube at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on Facebook at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on Twitter at Hardly Heroes.
Number 1.
They can go to Twitter at Hardly Heroes 1 again because nobody could hear what he was saying because it was so high-pitched.
He doesn't even know what's going on. I think he's still reading his phone.
And then they can find us on Instagram at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on YouTube at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on Facebook at Hardly Heroes.
Oh my god!
Hold on.
I don't say that.
Oh my god!
They can find us on YouTube at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on Facebook at Hardly Heroes. They can find us on Twitter at Hardly Heroes.
Number 1.
Or you can just go to hardlyheroes.com and you can email the show straight from there. Or find about all the stuff we got going on. Make sure you sign up as a patron on Podbean.
Make sure you check out our merch store. Go through our website. And also sign up for the 5K. Anything else?
Yeah, sign up, be a patron.
Oh, I know. Go to the Facebook Sidekick Sanctorum. Also, write us an email. Because as much as we love Mammy and as much as we want Mammy's emails, we also want other people's emails.
Yeah, and no parm alarms or, long emails.
Give us a short, concise. But anyway, we love you guys. And just remember one thing.
Disclaimer, they don't know shit.
Actually, I say that part. Just remember one thing. Sheila doesn't know anything. And Dilly can shut up.
Just remember one thing. You should add the outro button onto the soundboard.
Wow. We got no outro.